Hello, everybody, and welcome to our first Fempire podcast. It's going to be so amazing. We're so excited to start this. This podcast is sponsored by This.Labs, which is a consultancy that all of us are actually a part of. And we do JavaScript consulting and also developer relations marketing. So excited to be here today and wanted to do quick introductions of who we are and kind of giving you guys an idea of how we got started in tech and what we're all about. So my name's Tracy. You can follow me on Twitter at Lady Elite. I'm a Google developer expert. I keynote a lot of conferences about tech. This year, I'm focused a lot on diversity and inclusion. I'm also on the ArcsJS core team and host of a bunch of other podcasts and, just like to have fun in general. Also on this is Katerina, who is one of This.Labs software engineers. So I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hi all, I'm Katerina. I work at This.Labs as a front-end software engineer. I'm from Greece. I live in Athens. And I'm also a Google developer expert for Angular. I'm the founder of the Angular Athens meetup here in Greece. And I also speak to a lot of conferences about Angular and web development in general.
Yay, thank you so much. Yeah. What's your Twitter handle too?
Oh yeah, my Twitter handle is Cybercities, PSYBERCITY.
Okay, lovely. And then Kaelyn as well, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Kaelyn. I do marketing for This.Media. I also am, how I got into tech, I used to do coding for a school called BDPA. I did it from the 6th grade to the beginning of college. I love coding, I guess. But I enjoy working for This. I currently live in Houston, Texas right now. I have a couple of small businesses, one that I do jewelry with, and my Twitter is TheKaeway, TheKaeway.
Cool. Yes, I love this. It was so funny because this idea sort of came about, I think a few months ago when I don't remember what it was, but we were looking around and thinking, hey, why isn't anybody doing a, woman in tech focused podcast? And so we said, hey, why don't we actually start doing that? So here we are, kind of backtracking this whole idea of how we got started in tech. So we heard from Kaelyn about how she got started in tech. I forgot to say so. So I got started into tech about 3 or 4 years ago. Previously, I guess I was doing a tech startup, but I was more on the business side of things, right? CEO of a company called Dishcrawl, and didn't really know much about tech. I mean, I knew we were doing Python and we had some vanilla JavaScript. That's all I knew. jQuery, Bootstrap, those are the words I heard. And then as I was selling that company, I decided, hey, I should just learn this JavaScript thing. And so I did. And then I sort of never looked back. Katerina, what about you? How'd you get started?
Since I remember myself, I always wanted to become a programmer, a developer. Like in primary school, we were doing simple programming courses at school. Like we were 11 years old and programming Logo, making that turtle create shapes. And if you ever heard of Logo, probably you have. And then my father got me my first computer when I was 10 years old. So I was really into this geeky phase. And unfortunately, I never got a proper computer science degree, but I did a master's on data analysis. I did some other courses on programming. And yeah, I ended up being a programmer as I always wanted.
That is so exciting. I think the beautiful thing I love about tech is that we all come from such amazing different backgrounds. So a little bit about Fempire, this whole word Fempire, this Fempire podcast, and talking about, what does Fempire actually mean to us? So maybe Kaelyn, you can give us a little insight first.
Oh, sure. Love going first for everything. I'll say what Fempire means to me. I just feel like not just as a woman in tech, but just a woman in general, right? I love to think of myself as sort of like a queen, not in like a cocky way or anything like that, but just, taking care of myself, doing all these sorts of things. But I just feel like we should always remember that we are great human beings. We are great women. We can achieve a ton of things, and we're a lot more powerful than sometimes we give ourselves credit for. So that's what Fempire means to me.
Oh my gosh, that's so inspiring. I love that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Katerina, what about you?
To me, Fempire is actually, because I have always been, I've said this a million times, I've always been in teams in my job where they're only male. And now I'm finally in a team where there are females as well, and I'm working in technology. Fempire to me is how we women can gain more space in the tech sector and more space in the workplace and more reasons to be there and create and do things for us and for everybody.
Yeah, I love that. I think for me, Fempire just means this whole idea that, women in general. So I love this idea of Fempire where it's everybody's included, right? I think a lot of times we look on the internet for people we look up to, and we see a lot of men, of course, who are leading a lot of different initiatives. But it's sort of this new movement where we're seeing a lot of women start to step up and say, hey, I'm doing this, and kind of taking charge of their own destiny in a sense. So that is awesome. So next up, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what this podcast is all about, so everybody kind of knows what on earth we're going to be talking about every month. This is going to be a monthly podcast. So first things we're going to be covering are kind of cool things that are happening in the tech world that we see around. We're going to be doing a Fempire of the Month. So this is sort of just amazing women doing amazing things. We'll be talking about tech-focused female initiatives as well, new women that we've met in our journeys, and also monthly advice for women in tech. So if you ever have any of these ideas or you want to be featured in general, you can always, tweet us. So you can tweet me at Lady Lee or Kaelyn or Katerina. We have a few other hosts as well that will also be joining. So it'll just be great to just hang out with you guys on a monthly basis and hopefully be there to support the exciting things you guys are doing. So Kaelyn, if we start talking about cool things happening in the tech world, I know you're working on a lot of really amazing things. Maybe you want to go first.
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, I do marketing for This Dot. We have a ton of events coming up, which I'm super excited about. I'm pretty much the lead on all of them, which is super exciting. State of Frameworks is going to be February 12th, which is super fun. We are getting all the speakers ready for that. We're also going to announce, we already did announce on the website that we have State of Performance as well, which is going to be on the 13th. Which is super fun event as well. And we have GraphQL Days for Hasura. That is February 8th. That is in San Francisco. So that's super fun. We have, like I said, we have a ton of events, and I'm excited to start getting a lot of the content out on social media so everybody can interact and sign up for some of these events. Frameworks and Performance is online, so that's an event for everybody to join. And yeah, super exciting.
Yes, it's so fun. And I also love this idea that we're also starting Modern Web online as well. So I think on a monthly basis, you'll be able to log in and do these, see these Modern Web events, which are these free events that are in meetup format, but they'll just be broadcasted online to make it more accessible to a ton of other people. Katerina, do you want to go next with new releases or cool technologies in the tech world?
Sure. So as for new releases, there are 2 new RFCs for Vue.js 3.0. And another very exciting thing comes from NativeScript. So the NativeScript has launched the first-time contribution program, where by contribution, they mean either you write an article or a blog post, or you give a talk about NativeScript, join a local meetup, make a pull request, and then you get some rewards for it, which are some special stickers and some other prizes. So this is like an incentive to get started in contributing to NativeScript, which is very exciting.
It's awesome.
I really want a Vue mug. I think I want to just start collecting the different technologies mugs. Like, I feel like I might have an Angular one. I'm pretty sure I have an Angular one. But I want the Node one. I want the Vue one. I don't think I've ever seen a React one, but I would want that as well. So for me, I would say that new releases or cool technologies. I recently submitted 2 PRs that just landed on the Node website. So now on the Node website under contributing, you can actually submit yourself as a Node speaker. So this is a great way for local meetups to know which Node speakers are out there. And hopefully it'll get you more exposure at conferences as well. Or also, if you're running a Node meetup or starting a Node meetup, in order to get into the ecosystem and get everybody doing Node interested and excited about what you're doing in your city, you can actually submit your meetup there and be part of that global list of Node meetups. So it's just starting, but you know, the PRs were just merged in this week. So check that out. Also the Fempire repo. So we have a Fempire repo, and I think it's just github.com/Fempire, if I'm correct. And what you can do there is you can actually submit your name as a speaker or a meetup organizer or somebody who wants to mentor women in tech. So that is a very large growing list. And it's also a really great place to find women in your area that you might want to connect with and or feature at, you know, your local meetup or anything like that. Kaelyn, what about you? I know you're talking.
I totally forgot the apprenticeship.
Yeah.
The apprenticeship is we've actually launched it. Tracy launched it at NG Atlanta a few weeks ago, and we had really great responses at the actual conference. We had a ton of companies reach out to us saying that they would like to start getting in line with our program so that they're able to hire some of the ladies that actually will be graduating from the apprenticeship program. Not what's funny or what's crazy, but it's also awesome that this program is catered to women as well. So right now we're focusing on our ladies a lot, which is awesome. And yeah, so if you're interested in joining our apprentice program, feel free to email any one of us. Like Tracy said, her Twitter's Lady Lead. I'm the K-Way, and Kat is Cyber City. So just contact one of us and we'll help you.
Okay, so for the next session, we're going to, or the next session of our podcast is going to be Amazing Women Doing Amazing Things, called the Fempire of the Month. So the last month, Shmuela Jacobs and Cheryl Lista joined the Microsoft team of Azure Developer Advocates. And also I want to say about me that I joined the Vox Days conference team and committee. So I'm going to try and get more women speakers speaking to conferences. Kaelyn?
One person I want to, shout out, Sasha Solomon joined Twitter, which is super exciting. I heard she had been wanting to land that position, so congrats to you, Sasha. I met her at GraphQL Contributor Days for the first time, and she's so sweet. Shout out to Shruti. Shruti's super sweet too from PayPal. So yeah.
Yay. And I know Shruti, it's a pretty recent job for Shruti as well. I think she's been at PayPal for less than a year. So it's like really exciting to see her start doing a lot of stuff related to GraphQL. And, I met her, I don't remember where I met her actually. Where did I meet? I met her at DevFest, Google Developer Group's DevFest that I threw. And it's been a great time. For me, I have Marcy. So I saw Marcy Sutton, who is a great person in the accessibility community. She just joined Gatsby, which is really exciting. And then also just wanted to give a shout out as well to Stephanie Drescher at Microsoft, who does a lot of stuff for WebHint, which is a really amazing technology. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, you should definitely be using it if you're doing development. And she's really into narwhals, and WebHint, actually, the logo is narwhals, which is super, super, super cute. Do you want to kick off the next segment, Kaelyn?
Absolutely, which is, let's see. So what are some tech-focused women initiatives that we're doing? So we've talked about the women. Oh, shout out to Nicole Oliver, by the way. She's awesome. She's so sweet. But yeah, let's kick off the women doing like tech initiatives. So I know, Tracy, you wanted to speak about the Vixens?
Yes. So Vixens, I'm on the board of Vixens, and I love the program. It's this whole idea. It's not just women, but it's anybody who identifies as a female as well. So very inclusive sort of program. And the whole idea is this whole idea of just teaching women and others how to do Vue.js. So they have workshops. So they'll give free workshops at different conferences. There's also always Vue Vixens meetups. So the Vue Vixens meetup has really been growing. A shout out to everybody that's been doing that on the Vue Vixens team, like Diana, Jen Looper, and Diana Rodriguez, Jen Looper, and also Nicole and Natalie, sorry. And Natalie's last name is so hard for me, so I'm not even going to attempt it. But, you know, if you are getting into tech or wanting to help out or anything like that, Vue Vixens is a really good place to start. You can actually start your own chapter as well. They make it really easy for you. There's a Vue Vixens Slack where everybody hangs out too. So yeah, just check it out, vuevixens.com. And then let's see, Katerina, I know you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I want to talk about NG Girls. Well, I mean Angular. So yeah, so NG Girls is this. I think Shwela started it, and there are a lot of people involved. And their initiative, their goal is to give free workshops at large Angular conferences, which are for like an intro to Angular and even web developments. And they have mentors that are actually anyone who wants to teach people who go there, women who go there. And I've been a mentor in everything that I could. I mean, in every conference that I was, that there were NG Girls, I was a mentor. And you actually teach the girls there. There might be total beginners. You actually teach them even how to start using HTML or Angular in general. And I think the next one is at NG Vikings in Copenhagen. I saw it on Twitter today. And we are thinking as Angular Athens to hold one in Greece at some point, but this is not official yet.
Yay, that is so exciting. I love NG Girls as well. And I just love the fact that we have these amazing initiatives from, you know, just passionate people in the community who just want to do that. So I'll kick off the next segment, which is new women in tech we have met. So I met this really awesome person, Sharon Santana. Her Twitter handle is Sharon P. Santana. I met her a few days ago, actually, at the Triangle Modern Web event. And she just is getting started in tech. And she came up to me and said, hey, you know, what advice do you have? And I just love meeting people who are very excited about getting into the industry. So that's my shout out. What about you, Katerina?
I want to give a shout out to Stanimira Vlaeva. She's from Bulgaria, Sofia, and I met her at NG Atlanta. And she's been into tech for a few years, but she's very young. I think she's only in 3-4 years in tech, and she's in the native script team already. And she just started going in international conferences in the past year. And I don't know, we had such a great time. I met her. She's a great person. She's a great engineer, and I want to give a shout out to her. And you can follow her on Twitter, Stanimira Vlaeva.
Yes, I love her.
Yeah, that's
really great.
She is. She's younger than me, and I'm super young. So I was like, whoa, It's crazy. She's already like speaking and stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I do. I actually have two. An overachiever at this one, I guess. But Anjana Vakal, is that how you pronounce her last name? She is so sweet. I met her at MG Atlanta, and she's just funny. Like, she's great. She's like a great person. And then she was a part of our fireside chats and our diversity for our diversity corner, which was awesome. She had some very great advice. And the other person is. Oh, that's it, actually. I think that's it.
That's cool.
I think that's all. Not an overachiever this time. I already mentioned Nicole earlier, so it was going to be Nicole, but Nicole, I shouted you out twice, girl. Like, hey.
Hopefully we get a shout out, and then we can get like Nintendo, since she works at Nintendo, to sponsor this podcast, and maybe send us a comment.
Send us.
Yeah, just anything.
I need one right now, Nicole. Now, please.
Yes. 2 shout outs. I mean, it deserves something. We said Nintendo.
Yeah.
I think we said it, this is my second time saying it on this podcast. Let's just
wait, look at Kat laughing.
All right. Well, next up, what else do we have next to talk about?
We have, the free stuff I'm going to get everybody.
Yeah.
I could definitely cover that.
Or the monthly advice.
Okay. That's probably better.
Yeah, before we jump into the fun, let's give some advice. So my advice for new women joining tech is, a great way to learn a few things and also meet people that are just starting or are into tech already is to join a local meetup. So go on meetup.com and find your favorite meetup of your favorite language or the favorite thing you want in tech, and just go there and talk to people. It's the best thing. And in our meetup, I try to, each time there are like 150 people coming to our meetup, but each time I try to sit by the entrance and try to spot new faces and talk to them and try to get them in the loop to make them feel comfortable. So I think it's a great way for somebody to start not only being into tech and learning new things, but also meeting new people.
Yeah, I really love that, and I fully encourage it as well. You just meet so many great people, and people become your friends, and it always makes me feel like I'm at home, right? That I can meet and know these new people, or create one, right? If there's not one in your area, might as well just create one. Do study groups. I mean, there's just so many cool things you can do. My monthly advice for women getting started in tech is going to be join Twitter. So if you're not on Twitter yet, this is where your tech career is. This is where everybody that, all the documentation you're reading, all the source code you're reading, all the whatever, they're all busy arguing on Twitter. So you might as well hop in and listen to their fun arguments. Now, I'm just joking about the arguing. They're not always arguing. But everyone's really useful, right? Like, for example, when I started doing development and I got stuck on a problem and I was so traumatized, I remember when Angular was still in, I think they were doing the new version of the router, and I was stuck on an issue and it wasn't documented, of course, yet, since it was so brand new. And Pascal Pret, so terrible. We're butchering names. But anyways, Pascal, he, from ThoughtRam, he just hopped on a Google Hangout with me and showed me how I should be using the router. And I just thought that was super, super, super amazing. So join Twitter, because that's where you're going to get the most support and awesomeness. Find us, just say hi. That's a good start. If you don't know anybody, a lot of people are like, I joined Twitter, now what? I mean, just come find us and hang out. Kaelyn, what about you? Monthly advice for a woman getting started in tech?
Honestly, I'm going to say like the most cliche advice, but I really feel like it's important, so I'm just going to say it. Don't allow yourself to hold you back. Like, you don't know what you don't know. So if you're feeling discouraged or you feel like maybe, I don't know how to do this, just try. And I hate the word fail, right? Failing, but like failing is okay. Not getting it the first time is okay. Just keep trying and just actually do it though. So if you're wanting to, I don't know, join a meetup or code for the first time like Tracy did when she realized, hey, I should probably learn JavaScript, just do it. Because if she never did it, it wouldn't be done.
That is very true. Actually, another piece of advice I wanted to give, which I'm totally in love with right now, is this Mindfulness Journal that I got. So Diana Rodriguez with Vixens, she actually gave us, myself and Kaelyn, a small little one, like a little, I don't know what it was called, but it was super cute. And then somebody gave this to me yesterday. It's a 5-minute journal, and it just asks a few different questions. Like in the morning, I am grateful for these 3 things. What would make today great? Daily affirmations. So what did I write for today? I wrote something really cheesy. It was, let's see. I am successful, amazing, and beautiful. I need to hear that from myself. Seriously. I am grateful for my awesome office and coffee, Elliot, my husband, unicorn socks, and cute clothes. Hold on. Let me just show you my unicorn socks. So, let's see. Oh, amazing things that happened today. You'll like this, Kaelyn. Kaelyn is kicking butt.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah,
oh, that makes my heart warm.
Yeah, and I had a great conversation with Rob. So, this is kind of cool. Like, it's kind of, like we always have all these negative thoughts in our mind about, oh man, I'm failing, I'm not doing well. And like, what scale are we measuring ourselves by, right? I can look at myself and, then I can look at Beyonce and be like, man, I need to be like, why don't I have as much money as Beyonce? Why can't I be as popular and as like successful as Beyonce?
Right.
But, like, and then when you look at it, you can be like, oh, wow, actually I'm doing kind of okay. Like life is pretty good. So it's just making sure you're changing your brain and thinking about the positive things you're doing. So.
And I want to jump in here and say, Sani Yusuf, who is a friend of mine, he gave me one advice one day, and he told me, don't compare yourself to somebody else. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday.
I love that. Go Sani. Go Sani. We love you. Okay. Now he has to watch this video because.
Yeah, he shouted out. That's it.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so last segment is the funny or random segment or things we ate this week. Because I don't know what is going on with the amount of food we eat, but yeah.
Girl, don't mention my food habits at conferences, please. That is all, you can't. What is the confidential? NDAs were signed, okay? So I'll mention a funny thing. So there's this like video going on around the internet of this girl who's I don't know if she's Insta famous or whatever, but she's internet famous. And what she does is she just puts some bread in front of her and just puts her head in it and just rolls around in it. And that's all she does. You should have got a piece and did it for us, Tracy. What were you thinking?
I was thinking that, like, I have a cup here, but I just, I should have done that. Next time I'll be way more prepared. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So who's going next? Funny, random, or thing you ate?
I can go next. So in my office, I'm going to show you, I have all these healthy snacks. I have this mandarin, and I have these hazelnuts. But the reality is that I just finished eating a whole bar of chocolate. The fruit is untouched. Hazelnuts jug is full, but the chocolates.
Finito, done.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes we need it,
Yeah.
Elliot always tries to take chocolate away from me. I'm like, look, it's that time of the month. I need my chocolate. You don't understand. You are not a female. You need
I literally was going to mention. I was gonna mention that. I was like, is that TMI if you say like something about your cycle? I was like, maybe I should leave that out. But no, seriously, when that time is around, like chocolate is like my BFF. Like, what's up, boo? Come here. I need you right now.
They just don't understand. I need a bar of chocolate, and I need the chocolate I want. Like, he's like, oh, go get the good chocolate. I'm like, no, I want chocolate Oreos. Okay?
Ooh. Those are a good choice.
Anyways, Kaelyn, what about you?
So I have, you said what, Tracy?
Funny, random, or thing you ate.
I have so much going on. I don't even remember what I ate yesterday, which is crazy because I eat enough, okay? But yeah, I don't really remember. So I'm just gonna go with every month I'm going to try to get us free stuff for the podcast. So like whoever's hosting, I'm gonna try to like reach out to companies like, hey, we'll mention you to the 1 million viewers we have, right? Yeah, totally. And then hopefully they just give us like free merch. Exactly, Kat, I got you. We're gonna have to figure out that shipping though, because that's expensive out there. So let's figure that out. But as long as, you know, US people, I got y'all. Let's do it, hosts.
Yeah, that'll be so great. So as you guys are watching this, you should tell 5 of your friends because it's going to help contribute to the free stuff we get every month. And, you know, it makes us really happy. You know, if you want to put a smile on our faces.
Yay.
I think I'm going to start with a cream, a lotion company.
Oh, that's great.
Tracy.
Yeah. Yes. I'm like, well, Kaelyn and I always talk about lotion. So,
girl,
I have like 5, how many ounces is this? 32 fluid ounce lotion bottles scattered around the house. So anyways, yeah, it's lotion, people. Oh, this podcast brought to you by Vaseline, Advanced Repair.
Ooh, that sounded real, girl. You're gonna get us money.
Well, this was so much fun. I was so glad we were all able to kick off this first Fempire podcast. Again, my name's Tracy. You can follow me on Twitter at Lady Lead. Always happy to help and, you know, participate in whatever exciting thing you have going on. My co-hosts are Katerina, and you can follow Katerina at Cyber City on Twitter. If you're in Athens, you can check out England Athens. You know, if you're a speaker, reach out to her, reach out to me too, reach out to her or myself. We're super happy to plug you into the ton of different conferences that are always reaching out to us about female speakers. And then Kaelyn as well. You can follow Kaelyn at The K-Way. And, you know, she apparently knows how to get free stuff. So ask her for advice. And, you know, all the This Dot events, by the way, are right now run by Kaelyn. So you can be all the really good, you know, state of framework, state of performance, stuff like that. You can thank Kaelyn for busting her butt on that stuff.
Oh, thanks.
All right. And again, this is sponsored by This Dot Labs. Super happy to have a company that supports the things that we do, that cares about diversity and inclusion and woman in tech. And I'm super thankful to be able to work with amazing women like Kaelyn and Katerina and everybody else on our team.
Thank you.
Yeah. So stay tuned. And if you are excited about consulting and you want to hire, you know, women and men, we have a ton of men on our team, obviously. You can go to this.co/labs. We're framework agnostic JavaScript consultancy. So, I mean, if you need help with anything, we have everywhere from people who wrote the technologies to people who can just, you know, pound away and get what you need done. So thanks again. See you all next time.
Thank you. Bye.